Hivemapper's Honey token is up over 300% in the past month and is still below $10 million in market cap. This is an incredible deep-in project with an amazing team that has been building relentlessly this past year. Hivemapper is also benefiting from being built on Solana, not only making the mechanics of the ecosystem extremely fast and inexpensive, but also making the coin very easy to buy. They have over 25,000 contributors globally and have mapped over 55 million miles of road since launching. The enterprise value of the data collected from these dash cams, combined with the token incentivized deployment of the hardware, makes a strong case for outperformance from Hivemapper this bull run. It is still super early, and we can even see some big whales accumulating honey over the past week. Let's take a look. What is up, everybody, and welcome back to another video here on the Crypto Compound channel. Thank you all for being here. I hope you guys are having a great day. Please hit that like and subscribe on the way in. Today, we're talking about Hivemapper's Honey token, which has taken off recently, more up over 300% over the past month, up over 100% over the last 7 days, and it is holding very steadily above a key support. This is a very, very promising project and token that we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about some of the developments, some of its accomplishments thus far, how you could get involved, and also some huge red flags that we need to be cautious of when investing here. Now, if we look at this chart, it is pretty telling. There has been some serious bottoming going on throughout the year, as we can see, all the way up until late October, where honey really started to move. This is a giant accumulation base here, followed by a huge impulse upward. And as you can see, once we crossed this level here, which was the open and the close of this previous peak, we haven't even looked back. Buyers have taken full control. These are daily candles. Ever since crossing this line, buyers have been going straight up. I would expect to retest this line, that it would be very normal. However, we'll see what happens moving forward, especially at the recording of this video. Bitcoin just crossed above 38,000, so it might be up from here over the short term, but I would expect to at least retest this like 4.5 cent level at some point before moving higher. But other than that, there's nothing else really to look at on this chart right now. The next level to be that I would expect some resistance would come in somewhere around the 6 cent level. But right now, holding above this key resistance line here is critical, and certainly bouncing along this line sideways would be perfectly fine as well. But guys, we have to remember this token and Hivemapper altogether is still extremely small, which means that the upside is huge, especially being on Solana and also a deep-in project. There are a few things going for it that is going to really draw investors and speculators' attention. The $10 million market cap, which it seems we might have just crossed within the last day or so, is something that people really look for. It is a sweet spot that almost indicates that it's a semi-proven concept. It's not some micro cap where it's trading in the $1 to $3 or $4 million range, but there is some money invested in it, and it's been around long enough that there might be some potential there. And I have a feeling that when people start to understand what Hivemapper is, how it really operates, and the people behind it, the transparency, the network that is being built and being contributed to by tens of thousands of people around the world, I think people are really going to find that there is huge upside and value in this network and token. That being said, there is something here that we really do have to be cautious of. It doesn't really impact the project. It more so impacts the price mechanics. And by that, I mean this fully diluted market cap down here being so high is certainly a red flag when simply buying the token. If you're going to buy a dash cam and earn honey every week, that is a different story. That this really won't play a huge role. However, this diluted market cap will play a role in the price of the token as tokens become unlocked. Now, over here, I did pull up the Hivemapper tokenomics. And as we can see, the in the tokens restrictions section, it does explain how this token unlock works. And it happens in 12 equal tranches at the end of the 13th month until the end of the 24-month anniversary of the initial token distribution date. And as we can see here, ahead of Hivemapper's network and its Honey token launch on November 3rd of 2022, we started shipping all pre-orders based on first to order, first to ship globally. So this token was launched November 3rd, 2022, a little bit over a year ago. So this first tranche of tokens is going to start to be released every month now for the next 11 or 12 months in equal tranches. So over this time, we should expect this fully diluted market cap to come down, but we also have to keep in mind that as these tokens are unlocked, there could be some major sell pressure at certain levels as the coin pumps. This is very important to keep in mind because you don't want to be holding a huge bag of this knowing that there could be a giant whale coming and dumping all their coins at once. And I also really do want to stress this is a huge ratio of market cap to fully diluted market cap. If we look at this list that I have here of a few of my favorite Helium tokens, we can see Hivemapper here with a diluted ratio of 50, which means the fully diluted market cap is almost 50 times the the circulating market cap. And that obviously that number is tremendous compared to all of these others. So it is a huge amount of tokens floating out there that are going to be unlocked over what seems to be like the next 11 to 12 months. Now, apart from that, which we should just all be cautious of when investing, I do want to highlight some of the tremendous success that Hivemapper has had. We are going to start covering this token a lot moving forward. And the project, that is. But this is the Hivemapper Explorer page where you could see basically everything that's going on the network at one time. We could see total kilometers mapped, unique kilometers mapped, contributors, regions, transactions, and of course, Honey token. Now you can contribute, of course, to actually mapping the roads, of course, via their dash cam, which you certainly can buy on their website. Of course, I do have a code COMP10 to get 10% off of the dash cam. That does not apply to the dash cam S, which is much more expensive. As we can see, the dash cam S is almost $650, where the dash cam original is $300. If you use code COMP10 at checkout, you will get 10% off. And they do ship very fast. There is none of these issues that we have seen with Helium in the past. Their reputation is very good. Their CEO is on Twitter all the time. They seem like very competent, nice people, and they are certainly working really hard to build a very impressive network. But if you dig down into this Explorer a little bit, you could really get a sense of how detailed the Hivemapper mapping is. If we dig into the region section here, we could see that they even outline progress percentages, the total kilometers that could be mapped, the amount of contributors. You can see this for almost every city on the planet. It is really impressive. And I mean, of course, just simply by looking at this map, we can see how impressive the mapping and how extensive the mapping really is. Almost every big city in the US is very largely mapped. You can see even these big interstate roads are mapped. It is really impressive. And of course, the more people that are mapping, the more accurate and more valuable the data becomes. The data that they collect is then optimized via AI technology, which is constantly being trained by contributors to the network and then is sold to enterprises and companies all around the world that have different use cases for all of these images and datas and maps, everything from insurance to telecommunications to transport. The data that they collect is extremely valuable and it is extremely up to date, which is one of the most important pieces of all of this. And of course, as the AI is trained even better and the dash cams become more sophisticated, this data will become more and more valuable to companies all across the world who need access to this information. Now, something else I wanted to point out, guys, is an account on Solscan. This wallet has 246,000 Honey tokens. And if we look, we can see that it's primarily invested in Honey and then has around $50,000 in USD coin in it as well. And if we look here, we can see that the entirety of these 12.5 million Honey tokens was purchased 1 week ago. Really, really interesting to see this happening so recently, right before this giant increase in price. They purchased it literally right around here, right around the 0.019, 0.02 cent level, and obviously have had some serious unrealized gains up to this point. Obviously, they are still holding this position, which is currently valued around almost $250,000. But the timing here is pretty impeccable, and it tells me that this person or this account must have an edge somewhere or know something, or is just a very good swing trader and purchase this at just the right time. And they are also not brand new to Honey or Hivemapper. As we can see, they did own Honey over 8 months ago, 9 months ago, and they did sell it off as time went on over the course of a few weeks here. But we can see they did purchase this much more recently, which is really interesting. I'm going to keep track of this to see if they do start to unload or if they do add to this position. But really interesting buy here from a huge wallet. Definitely something I will be keeping track of. But guys, that is all I have for today's video. I'm going to be keeping a very close eye on Hivemapper over the coming weeks and months into this bull run. I really do expect them to make some serious progress and to see some serious gains in this Honey token. I think the upside from a coin with a market cap that's still at $10 million could be really significant. And I think that the fact that it is built on Solana is only going to help. But guys, if you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. Remember, if you do want to get involved, I'll leave a link down below to the Hivemapper website. You could use comp10 at checkout to get 10% off of the original Hivemapper dashcam, and you could start earning Honey on a weekly basis simply by connecting it to your car and driving around. But guys, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching until the end. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. But just like that, this video is over, and I'll see you